Okay, now we will turn to page 49 and 50. This will be the section 3.2. Right, section 3.2. We are going to see the graphs, right? We are going to see the graphs of sec x, cosec x, and cot x. So here, so it's a section 3.2, right? And our sine graph first we will draw. Maybe we will now, because we are going to see the sec x, we will first see our cos x graph, right? Cos x. So in black color we will draw the cos x. Cos 0 is 1 and cos pi over 2 is 0, and again 1 here, again 0. It goes like this, right? Like this. And minus pi is minus 1, like this it goes, right? Okay, so here we can put a dotted line, and it is oscillating between +1 and -1, right? And we will see the domain of this. So domain of, we are talking about cos x, right? Domain of this is domain of this is actually all reals. The angle can take any value. This pi is 3.41 whatever, and it is I mean real value. We can take anything, so we can say any real value. So we'll say x belong to R, right? Domain. And what would be the image? Actually, image is the projection of the graph onto the y-axis, right? So y-axis, right? So image is going to be, we can say, right, image, it's a range, right? Always I forget this one, right? Range, the projection of the graph onto the y-axis. So it is actually x greater than or equal to -1, right? Greater than or equal to -1 and less than or equal to 1. So that is going to be the range. Now we will see, we are going to consider sec x, right? Sec x. So that is equal 1 over cos x. Always we have to divide it by 1 divided by cos value, right? So I take the red color one. So here now from here, right, it goes to 0. Surely in that value. So I will put here a dotted line, right? Now these are the most critical x values, right? So the graph will look like this. After drawing I will explain, because it is very difficult to handle this, right? The graph will look like this. So it's going to reach 0, right? It's going to reach, infinity. When it coming here, right, it's going to reach infinity. Is getting bigger, this one is. So here when the cos x value is becoming this is x, right? This is x, right? And cos x is this. So 1 over that fellow will be like this. So when is going to be 0 and 0, this quantity is going to be bigger and bigger like this. And when he is coming and becoming 1, then cos x and sec x are going to be equal. So like this. And if you think of this portion, right, this portion also will come like this, right? And here also the graph will look like this, right? And again here, so it is going to be 1, right? -1, 1 over -1 is -1, and it is going to reach here. So if we take the sec x, right, sec x, what would be the domain? Can x have any value? No, we are in trouble. So if we can't have pi over 2, right, and we can't have 3 pi over 2, right? So multiples of pi over 2, we can't have it, right? So here actually the multiples of the odd numbers, if you take pi over 2, here 1, here 3, right, and another 5 pi over 2, like that. So if we have here a number k pi over 2, all the odd numbers, right, if you can have all the odd numbers here pi over 2, but if you have an even number, it get cancelled off, then it is actually not a, this. So without this, we can say, other than these values, the domain can have any real value, right? So here if you take this range, you can have any value other than this other than these two values. And also here you can have anything, the graph is defined below, right? Graph is defined below. Here also you can have, here also you can have. So all the range, domain, you can get it. Now what about the range, right? What about the range? This is actually a little unclear, right? Again, I will erase everything and draw and explain sec x, right? So if you take the range, right, range would be x such that, right, x such that it should be, x should be greater than or equal to 1 or less than or equal to -1. So here x is greater than or equal to 1, or x is less than or equal to -1, and x belong to R, right? So I will pause the video and I will again draw only the sec x in the graph, and I will put the domain and everything, and again I will explain, right? Right, this graph is actually explained in page 50, you can see, right? So it will look like this: pi over 2 pi, the x coordinates, right? Pi over 2 pi, 3 pi over 2, like that it will go. And also minus pi over 2, minus pi over 2, minus pi, minus 3 pi over 2, right, like that it will go. And the shapes will be like this because it's the 1 over cos x, right, cos x. And so the domain, now the problem is we can't have this value. So when this one is 1, 3, 5, right, or -1, like that. So here, so what we can have is the domain should be x such that x belong to R, and right, and x does not belong to n pi over 2. We can say n is and n is odd, right? And also here you can mention n can have a negative value also, right? Here negative values also you can have. So we can say either and n is greater than or, right, 0, or n is greater than 0, less than 0, whatever, right? But it should be odd number, and these are the multiples. So those things we have to take it from the reals, right? And if you take now here, actually notation in the book they say y and this one, but my way of putting a set for a domain and the image, the range would be our normal notation of a set, right? So anything you can write here. The range would be x is greater than or equal to 1, or x is less than, right, less than -1, or this one. So actually if you project it, you will see here, if you mark the domain, this will be a range shaded one, and it would be a line like this, and this would be shaded, and this would be like this. And if you actually draw the domain, right, it will be like a circle, not, these circles are not shaded, right, like this and this way. So this is the shaded fellow. Now exclude these values, and all the fellows are domain. So remember that. Now I will again pause the video. It is the similar pattern for sine x, right? But only thing, it get shifted right to the other side. That also I will draw, and I will explain a little bit, and then while explaining you all can see the board plus your textbook also, right? Okay, I will pause it now.